When I was 15, I fell in love with Leo. Leo read his poem about the music of spheres on stage after the old school musical The Red War. It was a religious experience. I died and was reborn and lived to love. Leo never knew about my love. He was busy living his own life, being a poet, falling in love. The girl wore a gray raincoat, serving in the Soviet army and immigrating to Cincinnati. All that was irrelevant to my love. He might have been in Cincinnati, but his poems ran in my ears. His brilliant eyes, blue eyes, shone at me from the sky. Not that I didn't have a life. We all had double life in the Soviet Union, reality versus secret life. My mother had a husband at home and lovers on the side. My father had his military parades at work and BBC News at home in the kitchen. Our neighbor Gennady Petrovich had his Communist Party committees at work and Marquis de Sade at home on his bookshelf. I rebelled against compulsory volunteering at a collective farm digging potatoes. By shooting heroin, I rebelled against husbands and kitchens by dancing on bar tops. I rebelled against the military drills by reading Henry Miller. But secretly from everyone, I had my poems and Leo's eyes. His eyes shone at me through my drunk blackouts. I looked into those eyes while shooting heroin in an abandoned house. I looked into them while having meaningless relationship with multiple identical twins inhabiting planet Earth. It never mattered what I did. I talked to him. He heard me. Up there in the high, clear sky, in the majestic music sphere. He never cared about his girlfriend. He never left for America, and he never knew anyone but me. I read his poems, he read my poems, and we loved each other. When I met the real Leo at a party, I ignored him. My friend urged me to catch him, kiss him, grab him, do something to him. I did not. For I will tell you my sacred secret. One endures the boredom, pain and suffering of the world to find it. Forget Freud. Forget horror movies. Forget information technology. Forget sex. This is my it. In the divine kingdom of it, bodies do not exist. Matter is missing. The spirit rules. It is the real, yet more real than eggs for breakfast or a laundry day. It is intangible, yet omnipresent. It is a holy retreat, a proof of being. It is God. It is the immortal, saintly, eternal, literary love. My only secret religion. There is only one problem with it. It doesn't need the reality. It despises the reality. They are at war. One day the reality pushed in on me. An American man gave me a dozen of roses. He didn't read Pulpit. He read The Economist. But he bought me a fur coat wrapped in pink tissue paper. He didn't fly me to the clouds, but he flew me over Manhattan in a helicopter. Marry me, he said. Live in New York with me, he said. Don't worry, baby, he said. I will take care of everything. I looked into his real eyes and I said, yes. I chose the reality. I betrayed my God. 10 years passed. I was preoccupied with the environment and cloth diapers. I became a soccer mom. I worked in the law office. I wrote angry letters to our health providers. But one shouldn't piss off the gods. They are no health providers. The guy in the gray hat read a poem about the celestial music. My heart stopped. I could never leave my husband for any other man, but I will leave anything for it in a wink of an eye. And I would, and I could. But the trumpets played, the thunder spilled, the sky shook, the angel took off his gray hat and stopped reading. He put his hand on my thigh. And from above, it laughed at me and roared, "Fuck you, stupid bitch! Get back to your reality! I do not exist!" But by that time, I knew just what to do. I jumped on the bench and I thrust my fist into that empty sky. And I shouted back as loud as I could, "I know you don't exist. I knew it all along, but I made you up because the world needed you. Because without you, there's nothing worth